Morning, everybody. Jeff from Bucket Valley Garage. Wanted to give you a little update on our newest 2002 Chevy S10 Crew Cab and what we're doing on it. Right now, we are going over the entire vehicle and we're making a list as to things that we have to do. Okay. We discovered quite a few things, and so in looking for parts, we're sourcing parts and see where we can take and find some stuff. You really got to shop for parts when you're doing a restoration. This right here is one of the perfect examples. This right here is a bumper impact strip. There is a piece right here that has been damaged, so we want to take and replace that. So it's not a very expensive part, and we're actually still searching for it. We found quite a few sources. Okay, this part that goes from this side all the way over to this side is about $12.95, but it's available on Summon Racing, but they wanted to charge us about $25 to ship it to us, so that isn't going to work. So we found something on eBay, and it's used in good condition, and it's about $14 with free shipping. So you really have to take in look around for your parts, see if you can get the best value. There was a couple of things that we looked at already. We went in here and we totally gutted the inside, and we vacuumed the carpet out and everything. So it needs one more vacuuming, so we can take and do a little bit of work in here. But the interior in here is in really good shape. We got everything wiped down. It's got to be wiped down one more time. This window right here needs a window regulator in there. It's electric windows, so we're going to have to take and source one of those. We have a couple of sources of those already, both new and used. Another thing that we noticed, this is on the back door. You'll see right here, right there, there is a spring that is holding this detent that when you open up the door, it keeps it in position so it doesn't take and come slamming closed on you. Both front doors are missing those, and also the gussets that are on the hinge pins are shot on both the front doors, so we're going to have to take and replace those. We had a real bad time getting these seats out because the rear seat bolt here and here were actually frozen in there, so we had to take and drill them out. So we got to take and heat these up from underneath and then extract the rest of the bolt through the bottom. So we'll be doing that in the next couple of days or so. We're taking a day off today. Today is Monday, so we've had an active day. We went to Barstow to take and pick the vehicle up, and that was a long ride back. We took and went yesterday to Whittier to pick up a part, and I'll show you what that was all about. We have a door handle here on the right front passenger side that one side is missing the bolt, and the other side the stud is broken off on the inside. So we have one of these. It's available through Amazon. It's about $14, no big deal. That should be coming this afternoon. Okay. We already knew that there was some body damage and some rust in here. Some of the paperwork that we found underneath the seats and in the glove compartment and in the console and everything, this vehicle originally came from Michigan. Okay. Any place around the central United States where they have a lot of moisture, they have a lot of storms, they have a lot of snow, you are going to have a lot of body damage. Okay, this vehicle, for being in Michigan for so long, it is not that bad a shape, but the damage that we uncovered is really severe. Okay, we had a liner in the bed, okay, which kept a lot of the stuff out of, here. So the back part of the bed is in pretty good shape. However, right here behind the cab, you will notice this is gone. Okay, this is completely rusted through, so there's going to be a lot of fabrication. This top rail is just totally gone. Okay, that is a lot of fabrication. We came up with an alternative, and let me tell you about that. So we originally got the S10 off of Facebook Marketplace. We get a lot of vehicles off there, so you get some pretty good deals on there. When you're faced with a situation in which there's a lot of body parts that you have to take and fabricate, a lot of times it is just better to take and buy another bed. And here we did. We got another bed. We got this off Facebook Marketplace, and we had to go to Whittier to take and get that. This bed is in perfect shape. There is no rust at all on this, and all the bolt holes are clean and all this kind of stuff. However, this is for a regular size bed. So the bed on this one is 19 inches longer than the bed that is on the truck that we have in the back, the red one. But the thing is, the panels that we need, like these parts of the inner wheel well, this area right here, this is all gone in that particular vehicle, and we can take and use the inner wheel liners. We can take and remove these and weld them into the new one. We can also take a section out of here because there's all collision damage in this area right here on the other vehicle. So we can take a section like this, and we can just take that out of there, and we can put that in. You go ahead and cut it, and then you put a backing strip behind it, and then we have a panel spotter that comes together like this, and it will hold everything in place while you're welding it. Okay. When you're using body panels, you want to use a MIG welder because it's real localized heat. It's better known as a wire feed. Is put on a low setting, about 25 amps or so, and you can take and weld sheet metal, all day. You weld a little bit of this in area, and then you move over to another area, and you don't want to build up heat. Otherwise, you'll get warpage on there, and it'll make it really, really difficult to take and finish. So with the backer piece in there, the danger of blowing through will be minimal. So, you'll get a real good weld on it. But just wanted to take and give you a little bit of update. We're still sourcing parts and trying to take and get things together. But in addition to sourcing parts, we're still waiting for some paperwork on the vehicle, and then we can just go whole hog on it. The engine is another thing. We were told by the previous owner that he thought the head gasket was gone on it. So they did a little minor disassembly of the engine. And what I think we want to do to take and verify that's what it is, the truck's been sitting a while, so first thing we want to do is drain the fuel tank and put new fresh fuel in there. and then we want to put the engine back together, and then we want to run it for a little while and see what that sounds like and whether we're getting the symptoms that they thought. So anyway, that's one of the things that we'll be doing. But anyway, other than getting a major cleaning, we really haven't done too much on this. Other than making a list of what we're going to have to do. The things that this vehicle actually needed are really minimal. It's things we can live with for a while and we can take our time. The rocker panel here on the driver's side has basically left the conversation. So there is, what's nice is right here, there's a joint, so we can just take the section out and we can go to the junkyard and we can take in and get a little quarter section of there and clean it up and then weld it in, and it'll be just fine. We can finish that off, repaint it, and it'll be perfect. But I think one of the next things we're going to do is we're going to pull the bed off, and we're not looking forward to that because since the car is from Michigan originally, the bolts are not going to want to come off. One last thing that we found is when we took the tailgate off, this hinge right here is broken. There's supposed to be a round piece that's on here that's a pivot for the tailgate, and we cannot take and get these bolts off. So since we're going to have to paint the bed anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take and pull the tail light out of here and pull the wiring out of there, and then we're going to go ahead and heat these up and get them out that way. Okay, so otherwise things are just rolling along. So just wanted to take and update you, let you know what's happening, keep you in the loop so you can see how we're doing on the project. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay warm, stay dry, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.